Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all had a lovely Easter holiday. Do you know what, guys? During the holiday, we became 10K stronger. Thank you so much to all my subscribers for all your love and support. I really appreciate you, and if this is your first time visiting this channel, you're highly welcome. This is Tega. In this video today, I'll be showing you how to make a simple women's swimsuit. So guys, let's just get straight into it. You want to make sure that you have enough pattern paper for your front bodies and your back bodies. Lay the pattern paper on the table like this and grab your ruler and rule the start line. If the paper isn't straight, you want to rule your start line. Mine is straight, but I still want to rule the start line. I'll grab my longer ruler and rule the side line. You want to do the same. We have the start line on the width and the longer line on the side for the length. Now you want to add your neck width. Your neckline width should be 3 inches and the neck depth should be 3 inches as well. So it's 3 by 3 and you would want to draw out your neck. And once that is done, you want to go ahead and add your shoulder measurement. Your shoulder measurement divided by 2, whatever you have, you want to make the marking. Mine is 8 inches. So I'm going to come down here by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, then connect the shoulder slope to the neckline. Now we'll be adding armhole measurement. Your armhole circumference divided by 2, whatever you have, you want to make the marking, and you want to mark it from the slope. Take note, you want to mark it from the slope and not from the start line. So I'm going to mark 8.5 inches over there from the shoulder slope, and I want to draw a line to connect it together like that. Don't forget, from your shoulder slope all the way down, not from the start line, and that will form your chest line. So that's your chest line, guys. So you want to make sure it's accurate over there, 8.5 again, then draw a line across. And that's your chest line and armhole line. Right. So you want to go ahead and make other markings. So you're going to be adding your shoulder to bust point measurement. From the start line, your shoulder to bust point measurement, I'm going to add 11 inches here. Whatever your shoulder to bust point measurement is, you want to make the marking. Make sure it's straight. Make the marking all the way and rule your line. But I'm not going to rule any line for now. I'm going to add my shoulder to waistline measurement now. So the shoulder to waistline is 17 inches. So I've just made the marking there. Now I'm going to rule the line across on the bust point and on the waistline before carrying on with the next stage. So you want to do the same to yours, step by step. Now I want to go from my waist and add my crotch measurement. We have our chest line, we have our bust point, and we have our waistline. So the next one is the crotch line. So you want to mark your crotch measurement from your waistline. Whatever you have, you want to make the marking. So I'm going to mark 13 inches for mine. Now I'm going to mark my chest line, my bust point, and my waistline. Then mark my crotch line as well. Between the waistline and the crotch line, I'm going to come down from the waistline by 6 inches. This is to draft the pants of the swimsuit. the pant of the swimsuit. So mark 6 inches. If you want, you can mark 5 inches, but I'm marking 6 inches. It depends how low you want the pant to be. If you want it to be more revealing, then you can go up by 5, but I've marked 6 inches because I want it to be a bit covered. So from the crotch line there, we're drafting the front panel. So for the crotch line over there, you want to come down by, I would say, 1.5 inches. At first, I marked 1 inch, but later on, I marked 1.5 inches. So you want to come down by 1.5 inches. On that 1.5 inches line, you want to come in by 1.25, not more than 1.25 inches. And the reason being, if you look at the swimwear, I'm going to show you, the back is different from the front. The back is different from the front. The front is higher than the back. Hence, the 1.5 inches coming down on the front is up to you. You can come down by 2 inches, but I came down by 1.5, then came in by 1.25. As you can see, that bit, it isn't too wide. The width of it isn't wide. If you go for more than 1.25, that bit will be too wide for you. As you can see here, after the stitching, you should be left with 2 inches. Now we're going to be adding the horizontal measurement. So your bust circumference divided by 4, whatever you have, you want to add it on the chest line and the bust line. They have to be the same measurement. That will help you draw your armhole. Next, you want to move on to the waistline. Your waist circumference divided by 4. Whatever you have, you want to make the marking. We're not going to be adding any extra allowance at all because you're going to be making use of a very stretchy fabric. Now, the line between the waistline and the crotch line represents your hip line. Right, it represents your hip line at this point. So you want to divide your hip circumference by 4. Whatever you have, you want to make the marking. I hope you understand this bit. So we've got the waistline and that line representing your hip line. Now you want to grab your ruler and connect all the dots together. Now we're going to be connecting that hip line to the line there, to that 1.25 line. Like I said before, I went ahead and extended the 1 inch to 1.5 inches. That's the extension. And if you want, go ahead and make yours 2 inches instead of my 1.5 inches. Your pant depends on you. You can go for a more exposed look where you have to come in a bit for your curve. When connecting that to that hip line there, you can go in, make it deeper in, or you can extend it out a bit, but depends on how much coverage you want. Now for the armhole, you want to find the midpoint of that 8.5 inches. Find the midpoint and make the marking. This is for your front armhole curve. Make the marking, come in by 3/4 or half an inch. I later mark 3/4 for mine instead of a half an inch. So here I'm making the adjustment, marking the 3/4. Over the corner there, I came out by 1 inch as well and drafted out my armhole, the front armhole. Now you want to write your place on fold, indicating that when cutting your fabric, it should be on fold at that point. Then I want to grab my scissors now and I'm gonna cut out. The front panel is ready. When you get to the armhole, you don't want to cut the front armhole completely because you were still going to be using it to draft the back armhole. I was about to cut, then I remembered that I needed it for the back panel, so I cut on that straight line. As you can see, I immediately cut on the straight line. So that will be a guide in cutting the back panel very fast instead of drafting it all over again. So you're going to use this front panel to draft the back panel. I want you to note that you need this type of armhole when you need to add sleeves to your swimsuit. Otherwise, you would have to cut a different armhole shape. Now we're going to use that front panel to draft our back panel. Like I said, the back armhole will be drafted like this, easy. There is no need to take the 3/4 we took in. So it's just a straight one. Carry on transferring the bodies onto the back. Now we're going to be drafting the pants for the back panel, and we're going to be extending the crotch length and extending the side of the pants as well. So over there by the crotch, we're going to be extending it by 4 inches. At first, I marked 3 inches. I'll later go on and mark 4. So you want to mark 4 inches for yours, not 3 inches, because I later went on to extend that. So you want to do the same, come in by 1 1/4, exactly like the front one. So from that 4 inches, come in again by 1 1/4, then come out there by 1 inch on the side curve of the pant. So here I'm marking 1 inch, 1 inch all the way to connect to the front panel pant. I want you to watch what I'm doing. So marked 1 inch by the side pant and extended it down there by 4 inches. I'll further extend it in a minute. At first I marked 3. I'll go ahead and mark 4 inches instead of the 3. And this is what you should have. The back pant extends longer than the front for the overlap. And if you want to extend yours to 1 1/2 inches instead of the 1 there, you can go ahead and do that. You don't need any allowance for the side of your pattern. Because the fabric is stretchy, you don't need any extra allowance, sewing allowance. From the crotch line, we extended by 1 1/2 inches. You can make it 2 if you want. From the 2 inches or 1 1/2, extended by 4 inches for the back panel. And that should sit well. To explain this more, from the crotch line on the front panel, you should have an extension of 1.5 to 2 inches. And from the crotch line on the back panel, you should have an extension of 6 inches in total. Moving on to the back panel neckline. Still drawing out the line in order to construct it. The neck width for the back is still 3 inches, but the neck depth for the back is 1.5 inches. So I've marked the 1.5 inches there. So I'm going to connect it to the 3 inches, the same as the front panel. Once the back panel neckline was salted, this is the back panel. I went ahead to write the place on fold. So you'll be cutting that back as well on fold. That's the place on fold. And once that was sorted, I grabbed my scissors and cut the back panel. So here I have the front panel all drafted and ready, and my back panel. Like I said before, if you want more coverage, you want to extend it by 1 inch again or 1.5, that'll be fine. It all depends on your preference. The same thing applies to the armhole. For a sleeveless swimsuit, you need to do a reconstruction of the armhole, except you still want the coverage for yourself. So it's totally up to preference. At the end of the day, whatever will make you comfortable wearing your swimsuit, that is what you need to go for. And guys, this is the front panel and the back panel of a swimsuit. I hope this video will be helpful, and thank you so much guys for watching. I really appreciate every one of you. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, look after yourself and bye for now.